Joe Biden's "you ain't black" flub is proving to be an abject disaster as more and more blacks begin leaving the Democrat Party. That's right. In this video, we're going to take a look at the fallout from Biden's comments, how the mainstream media has done their best to cover up for him, and how the media's attempt to damage control has failed, with more and more blacks leaving the Democrat Party. You're going to absolutely love it. Greetings, everyone. Dr. Steve here with you. I hope you're all having a wonderful beginning of the week. If this is your first time here at this channel and you're looking for a daily white pill of encouragement to help you counter all the ridiculous nonsense that's being spewed out there by the corporatist globalist media, you have found your oasis. We post 2 videos a day analyzing current events, analyze some super awesome conservative trends so you can live in the present in light of even better things to come. So make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. You're going to absolutely love being a regular part of this channel and interacting with this network of conservatives from all over the world. They're simply the best. So let's start off with our video chat question for the day, shall we? Do you believe Biden's "you ain't black" comment cost him votes? Let us know in the comment section below. Do you believe that Joe Biden's latest so-called gaffe is going to cost him votes? Because we're going to see some pretty impressive trends that suggest that the black vote is prepared to defect from the Democrats like never before. And this gaffe is only going to make things worse for Biden and for the Democrats. But first, before we do anything else, make sure you click on that link below and check out the awesome video that we put together just for you featuring our Turley Talks Insiders Club. We're so thankful to those of you who've already signed up, and you're going to love being a part of this massive group of conservatives from all over the world that you get to network with. So by becoming a member, you get more exclusive access to me and our journey together into this new conservative age we're embarking on. Each week, you'll get a special deep dive video reserved solely for our Insiders members, about 45 to 60 minutes long. You get access to our private Facebook group that features conservatives from all over the world that you get to interact with and network with. You'll get my monthly reading list to keep you updated on the best and most enriching information out there on the rise of a new conservative age. You get a number of bonus videos, and you even get some awesome accessories like our Turley Talks tumbler to drink your coffee in. We've got white, we've got black. You're going to absolutely love it, all for less than the price of a cup of coffee a day. So don't wait. Make sure to click on that link below. Watch the video on the Turley Talks Insiders Club to get a fuller sense of what you'd be a part of. This offer to join for such a low price is for a limited time only, so click on that link, and it'll be an absolute privilege to journey with you into this new conservative age together. All right, gang, let's dive in here. 2 things are widely being recognized by more and more commentators and pundits out there that are going on right now. Number 1, the mainstream media is deliberately attempting to cover up Joe Biden's fledgling campaign. His campaign is a disaster. Everyone knows it. But the key here is that you wouldn't know it simply from accessing the legacy media. Their assessment is that Biden is the greatest thing on the planet right now. You probably heard about this pathetic fluff piece in the Washington Post, which arrogates itself to tell you how to interpret Biden's pathetic gaffes as no big deal. Actually, it just proves how sweet and endearing he is. So that's number 1. The mainstream Marxist media is deliberately covering up for Joe Biden's fledgling campaign. Number 2, it ain't working. The cover-up is collapsing, and it's collapsing particularly around the whole "you ain't black" comment, which is promising more and more each and every day to be Joe Biden's basket of deplorables moment. And what I'm finding so fascinating here is how these 2 trends are intertwining or converging with one another around the Democrat Party's number 1 most loyal constituent, and that's black voters. Now, of course, if you need to be brought up to speed, it's rather simple. We did a video on this if you're interested late last week. But Joe Biden, during an interview with an African-American host, made the ridiculous remark at the end of the interview that if you're black and you're even considering voting for Trump over Biden, then you ain't black. Okay, so those were his words. You ain't black. If you are even considering that there's a choice between Biden and Trump, you ain't black. Now, immediately, these 2 trends, they took off. They were set in motion. So the mainstream media did everything they could possibly do to play down the comments that were so obviously offensive to so many. So perhaps most infamously, CNN, the king of fake news, CNN, if you can believe it, ended up waiting a full 12 hours before they even covered the controversy. If all you did was watch CNN all day, I believe it was Thursday or Friday, if all you did was watch, if you were stuck in an airport at a terminal and your phone went dead and you forgot your charger, if all you had to do was, if you had a neck brace on and you had to look at the TV monitor and you could look nowhere else, you would not even know that the most controversial statement of this campaign yet uttered by any candidate even happened. You'd have no idea. And if you were watching the other networks, the ABC, NBC, CBS, you get no more than 187 seconds of coverage combined. That's about a minute per outlet for these comments that sent shockwaves throughout social media and end up being the thing everyone was talking about over the weekend and are still talking about today. But here's the problem for the attempted media cover-up. You see, in order to effectively cover up something, everyone involved has to cooperate. Everyone involved has to agree to play their designated role in the cover-up. And unfortunately for the mainstream Marxist media, unfortunately for them, there are a number of prominent black liberals who had no intention of participating in the media's attempt to sideline Biden's comments. Almost immediately, the NAACP actually came out and disputed Biden's claim in the same interview that they had endorsed him every time he ran for office. The NAACP issued a statement pushing back on Biden. They said, wait a minute, we never endorse any political candidate. What are you talking about? How's that for throwing Biden under the bus? So not only did he make what many consider to be an incredibly offensive remark, but in addition to it, he also lied. He patently lied, claiming that the NAACP has endorsed him every time he's ran. Then you have the actual interviewer, okay? He's a fellow by the name of Charlemagne the God, throwing Biden under the bus, tweeting out that Joe Biden is part of a racist system that needs to be dismantled and rebuilt. So now Biden is actually an intricate part of a racist system in the United States. Or how about this one from BET, the Black Entertainment Television founder, Robert Johnson? Joe Biden should spend the rest of his campaign apologizing to every black person he meets. Now, again, in their never-ending attempt to cover up for Biden, many in the media are saying that this latest gaffe from Biden is just no big deal in the grand scheme of things. It's not going to hurt him, and it'll go away before anybody knows it. But we have to understand Biden's so-called gaffe in a larger context to appreciate just how truly damaging it was to his campaign. And that larger context involves what appears to be a very real exodus of a number of blacks from the Democrat Party. Now, obviously, a lot of heads turned when Kanye West came out as pro-Trump, pro-Christian conservative in recent months. But what happened to Kanye may not be a fluke. Because just a few weeks back, a courageous Georgia state representative, black fellow by the name of Vernon Jones, endorsed President Trump for re-election. He cited Trump's handling of the economy, his support for historically black colleges, and his criminal justice initiatives as what drew him to endorse Trump as a Democrat. Or you can look at the young black conservative Candace Owens. A lot of people don't know this, but up until fairly recently, Candace Owens was a bona fide liberal. Her awakening began in 2016 when she heard then-candidate Trump at a rally in Michigan calling on blacks to abandon the party of identity politics and cultural Marxism and join the real revolution, the real political earthquake, which was the rise of nationalist populism all over the world. And she did. And so she recently helped start a movement called Blexit. And her goal is to get the black vote for Trump in 2020 to reach 20 points. And we could see the seeds of a very real Blexit in Trump's rising poll numbers among African Americans, with one Rasmussen poll last year placing the president's approval rating among black Americans at 36%. It was quickly dismissed as an outlier, but other polls since have confirmed a smaller upward trajectory. The NAACP's own poll in August showed Trump's approval rating at 21%. Needless to say, a number of articles have been written pointing to the fact that the Democrats are underperforming with the black vote as of 2020. A recent survey found that more than half of black voters feel that the Democrats are not paying close enough attention to the black community. And 1 in 3 black Democrats wish they had another candidate other than Joe Biden. So needless to say, this was not the so-called gaffe that Joe Biden wanted to have. He's obviously gaffe prone, but this is not the gaffe that he wanted. And that's because we are clearly seeing an opportunity develop here among African Americans who appear poised to abandon the Democratic Party in droves. And Joe Biden's comment and the deliberate way the mainstream Marxist media is attempting to cover them up may only contribute to the increasing likelihood of a very significant political defection in November. Now, before you go, you will definitely want to check out my latest video I just uploaded on the ultra-liberal Bill Maher admitting that the impeachment was a mistake because it only served to embolden Trump and destroy the Democrats. You're going to absolutely love it. So make sure to click on the link, and I will see you over there. God bless.